So you on your page at the moment. So let me go there.
Yeah, I'm on my page. We're live right now, man. So whatever you need to do behind the scenes. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Jeff Wilson, the host of the BBE podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We got a great show, great guests. We have Michael Catlaw Cox right now. We have Elva Nelson Hayes from California. She's an author and a film producer, director. She's been on the show before. But today, our special guest is my brother from Brooklyn, brother Michael Catlaw Cox. Man, welcome to the BBE podcast, my brother.
Thank you so very much for having me here, sir. I definitely appreciate it. And I
Oh,
say I
hey.
look forward to answering some of the best questions because normally I'm always behind the scenes. So this is a great opportunity for me to really showcase really my team and what we do. So
Okay.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. Well, we spoke before. I think we have a mutual friend in Marcia Novella, and
Yes.
kind of put me in touch with you. But I've done my due diligence to try to find as much as I can. But there was so much content. There's so much out there that you've done. You're such accomplished in your field that you're going to have to fill me in on some of the milestones, if you wish, to what you do. But give my viewers an overview on what it is you're currently doing right now.
Well,
So yeah, let's start there.
currently I am the producer and director of Pipe TV. I am also the editor in chief of photography Insight Plus magazine, and I'm also the president of Memory for Life Photography LLC. That's important always to say because that shows my seriousness about my business. Currently, we are producing on four different networks in New York City. We're on BronxNet, Brick, Manhattan Network, and we also on Queens as well. So we broadcast on four different networks throughout the city.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I Go ahead.
that means that if you're on Pipe TV, you will be showcased on all different networks around the city.
Okay. All right, man. I knew about the Bronx Net connection. I'm actually from New York as well, and when I transitioned to New York, I was in contacts with them about producing a show on Bronx Net. COVID hit, and that never happened. So congratulations on all those contacts you have with those networks to have your show broadcast. Now, really quickly, you mentioned the photography part. When I
Yeah.
was doing my research on you, I found out that photography was a really, really big part of what you do. Is that how you got started in the entertainment industry, or is that how you was like a passion of yours early on in your career?
Well, yes. Matter of fact, I started in 1983. I was doing the Wingate concerts, and that's when I
Okay.
had the opportunity to actually be there and take photos of some of the best artists. I mean, one of the ones to stand up for me is Curtis Mayfield because he really
Wow.
showcased his stuff. That was a concert and a half. Even though during that time there was a storm and he got hurt, and I was right there, and it was just, I mean, Marty Markowitz at the time was the borough president. We all really freaked out because that storm hit and we didn't see it coming.
Wow. Yeah, I
We
heard
didn't see
about.
it
I think he
coming.
was injured or maybe lost his life
Yeah,
doing performing the
yeah.
concert.
Well,
Now, where was that? Was that in Harlem? Was that
no,
in
no,
Brooklyn?
that
Or?
was in Brooklyn at Wingate Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wingate Park.
Wow, man. I can imagine you interviewed or photographed or I've seen some great shows doing that concert series in Brooklyn, man. How
Oh
was that
yeah,
experience?
it was a an overwhelming experience. It allowed me to actually get involved with understanding photography, even though I had a manual camera. But after a while,
Hmm.
knowing that we had to use film, and the frustrating part about it was that we had a 36 roll, but we may get about 4 or 5 shots out of it, or maybe I might use a
Oh, you mean that
24
for all the
roll.
work?
Yeah, so
Wow.
then all of a sudden, I like, man, this is costing me too much money because I'm using buying 36 and I'm only getting maybe 20 out of it. So I stopped for a while. And then I went into college, got my degree in
Okay.
computer science, and then I got back into photography. And if reading through my bio, one of the highly motivated statements was this gentleman told me, "I don't want you taking a photo with that BS camera."
Oh,
And right away, that was my motivation to really start kicking some butt. Because,
what?
matter of fact, one of the guys that had this camera, his name was called Skeeter. And me and him was always going back playing basketball. So when I seen what he had, I was like, oh, okay, so it's like that. So he showed me some things, he explained some things to me, and after that, I just took off, sir.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so that's the photography part. But I also, correct me if I'm wrong, you're in the magazine business. So,
Yeah,
I know you said you have a lot of layers to what you do and wear a lot of hats over your career. I'm just trying to get up to speed, as much as I can. You can fill in the blanks, but you were in the
yes,
magazine industry or
yes.
photographing for magazines, fashion shows, or something along that line.
Well, I started. Well, it's been like 10 years. The first magazine I started with was called D. Michelle Fashions Magazine with Donna Michelle Franklin, my
Okay.
buddy. And the first cover was her. And
Wow.
I did a phenomenal job in structuring that cover for her. And
Okay.
that issue came out every month. I did that issue for 5 years.
Okay.
5 years. And after a while, I said, well, maybe it's time for me to maybe venture out and do my own. So I had to come up with some concepts, some ideas, and the most important part was the name. Because every magazine has that niche. Like if you say ebony, cool. When you say Times Magazine, so I had to come up
Oh,
with a name, and the name I came up with was called PIPM, which is stands for Photography Insight Plus Magazine, and
okay.
that was the structure of it. So, and then that was in 2019. But also, I was into TV production, and I said to myself, hopefully, in about another couple of months, I have me a TV show. And in September of the same year, I had me a TV show. But again, what was the name of it? So I kind of went along the same route. So it was PIP, but what was the ending? And the ending was experience. Because when you come on the show, there is an experience that we give you. I have some fantastic hosts, Miss Tony, Little Nat, hold on, I got the book here, Jill Foster. Let me just
Okay.
name them all off real quick. Marcy Novella,
Yeah.
Tanya Hayes. Those are my hosts, and they give me a wide range of topics. They are very fluent in what they do, and matter of fact, they are award winners as well. Because if I'm an award winner, and so are they.
Yeah,
But
we're
that's
gonna
just
get to
part of
that.
the team. Yeah,
We're
but
gonna get to that
again,
part.
okay,
You have won numerous awards in New York City for various things that you've done in your career.
yes,
You had to be doing something right to put yourself in a position to be noticed by the industry. 'Cause a lot of people can be successful. A lot
oh
of people
yes,
can
yes.
wear a lot of hats and do a lot of things, but you have to be in the right places and be seen by the right people who recognize you for your work. How does that feel, first of all, to be recognized for your work and as a consummate professional by these organizations that you've won the awards from? And we're going to mention them in a few minutes. But how does that feel?
Okay. It felt really good because I say to everyone that somebody's always watching. So just do what you do. Don't try to go after an award because if you try to go after it, you will never get it.
True.
Just be yourself. Do what you do. If your work is great, it will always be great. So always think of that as a plus for yourself. And I have always continued to work hard because for me, my legacy is my legacy. And I want to make sure that even after I'm gone, Brother Michael's show, Pipe TV, will still go on.
Sure. All right. Now, so how did you actually um, get in contact with the television studios, or that you were broadcasting your shows through? I mean, me myself, I went, to the College of Southern Maryland, and when they had a TV studio there, and they did public access TV. How did you actually become involved, with this TV network?
Well, when the TV production show at Brick, that was automatic. The other ones recognized me and contacted me, said that we seen your show, we like your show, and we want to broadcast it on our network.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. That
I
that that had to
I
feel good. That had to feel good right there.
felt good. I believe I might have jumped up and down. I think I jumped off the roof and I fell on the ground, but I bounced because I was feeling just that great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had put in the work, you had the experience, and
Yes.
it's not by accident that someone recognized your work and you got that opportunity. Now, you get the opportunity. How do you build your team? Because you mentioned a lot of people that you worked with. Is this the team that was with you from Brick, or do you say, hey man, we got a good deal, something, I got something new, I want you guys to be a part of it? How did that come about?
Well, I am a talker, first of all, and I like to communicate with people first. And as I'm talking to everyone, I kind of just ask them questions that pertain to what I'm doing and what they're interested in.
Okay.
And it took a while for some to come on board. For others, it was almost automatic. But I like to talk to find out what their interests are. And then once I get their interest, I said, well, by the way, would you like to join my team? Yes. And that's how it all turned out to be. That's why I have 11 fantastic individuals from Brooklyn to New Jersey to North Carolina, also in Maryland as well.
Wow. So back to Pipe TV. You're the producer, creator, director, host. I'm sure you're wearing a lot of hats.
Yes.
Um, what are you most proud of when it comes to the work that you've done? I mean, you've done a lot, but what are you most proud of at this point? I'm sure you got a lot future ahead of you, good, great future ahead of you. What are you most proud of right now?
The way the show is put together, the way that my host and I, how we talk about how we want it to look, how the feel of the show is. And that's what makes what we do fantastic. Even the people at Brick said that our content is off the hook because
Okay, that's a compliment.
we bring something that most shows don't bring. I mean, as I said, my host, Little Nat, Miss Tony, Jill, Marcy, and so I think I forgot
Who's
one already.
going?
Look at that. Was that?
Yeah, that's all right. You know,
I
we're
mean,
still here.
yeah.
But you were
So
saying the content is amazing, and you
yes,
guys have a
yes.
unique
I
chemistry
mean,
over there.
yeah. I mean, as like I said, we flow and we have an understanding of what we want the show to look like. Plus, it helps them also to say, okay, I'm on Pipe TV. How do I want it to look? So I would just say, use your discretion. I mean, I
Yeah,
give
yeah,
them
you
all of a free reign.
yeah. So their creativity and their eyes. I mean, their ideas are welcome. You're giving them an opportunity to express themselves and
Yes,
explore their creativity. That's great.
that is correct. Yeah. I mean,
All
even at one point,
right, so once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. We're here, to brother Michael Catlow. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
yeah, that's
shameless
okay.
for those just tuning in. Again, award-winning TV.
Okay. Well, we're still here. Oh, what the? Okay. Okay. I did what it's supposed to do. And there we go. Well, we're just waiting for Jeff to come back on. But in the meantime, just want to welcome everyone to the show and thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down. And if I can, I will definitely try to answer them for you. Again, I'm just waiting for Jeff to come back on. I know he's having some technical difficulties at the moment. But again, if you have any questions, I said I'm here to answer. Thank you, Tariq. I appreciate it. All right, let me see if I could get Jeff back on the line. Give me just one moment. So I'm going to see if I could get Jeff on the phone. If you guys can bear with me. Oh, there he is. All right. Yeah, just give us a few minutes. Jeff can come back. There he is, sir. How you doing?
I'm actually, I had to go and try to reset my router. Are we back on?
Yes, yes, we are. Matter of fact, nothing changed. I believe we are still
It
live on
just seems to
Facebook.
be.
Yeah,
But
everything seems to
yeah, I don't
be.
know. This is gonna,
Well,
we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to do better than this direct TV Wi-Fi that I have. because
I hear
it's
you,
really
sir.
giving me a lot of problems. Once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. We've just had, I don't know, 8 to 10 minute outage here with our interview with Brother Michael Cox. I don't know if you're back. I'm trying to get back to the broadcast because it didn't end,
No, no, I
and
see
it
it
should
still.
actually still be going out. So if
Yeah.
it is still going out, she made DJ Gatsby. We're sorry about the technical difficulty we had doing our interview with the Brother Michael Cox of Pike TV. I can hear you,
Yes, there
but
you
your
go. I
screen
see
seems to be
you.
frozen.
No, no, no. I see you fine now. I mean, I. Oh, now I'm frozen. Okay, now you came back. I see you're back, but
Let's
now
see
I'm
what we got
frozen.
going here.
Ain't that something? Oh, that's.
I can't get back into this stream. But once again, it's DJ Gatsby. We have a guest that was supposed to be on today as well. That's Elva Nelson Hayes. She may be trying to get on.
Okay, there you go.
I can't
Okay, there
even
I am.
get to
Okay,
the main.
okay,
Can you hear me,
okay.
Mike?
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm on now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I see it. Cause I went to Facebook and now I'm moving
All
now.
right.
I'm moving and you're moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can read. You're actually still on. The
Yeah.
system is
Yeah.
froze. We're still live on Facebook
Yeah. So, matter of fact, I'm looking at it right
because I
now.
can't. Yeah, my computer.
Yeah. I still see us where we're still live on Facebook. Yeah. 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 Even though there is a delay, sir, I still see us on Facebook. Oh, now you're gone again. Okay. Mhm.
Going to Facebook. Could you just turn around so I can see what we got? All right, so I'm in and out. I see that, and I see Mike. You're actually frozen as well. There's a delay with the stream.
Yes, there
Okay.
was a delay, but it's good. And there you go. And I'm still blinking my eyes. So I mean, we can continue, sir. I mean, it's fine. I don't have a problem. I'm here as long as you need me to be here.
All right, so where we were talking about your team and the work that you've done, and how proud you are of what you accomplished. That was actually what you were most proud of. I think that's when the stream dropped.
Right?
But
Yes. Yes.
we can pick back up. What is it you're most proud of for your work that you've done?
Well, if you want to discount the TV, my photography
Yes.
is my gem because there's a gentleman who I know. His name is Juan Carlos Guevara.
Okay.
We worked at the same bank, and he is also a photographer. And what we would do is we would actually stay up sometimes 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to understand
Okay.
photography, lighting, what the camera's about, and everything else. And we really did that for years and years and years. And I still do it now.
Sure.
I mean, because photography is what makes. See, that's why I have this thing which says one picture, one word, beautiful. That
Yeah.
is my logo for my photography business. Because as they always say, a picture is 1,000 words. But I
Yes, I've
always
heard
say
that.
a picture to me is one word. Is either beautiful, ugly, terrible. Oh well, but for me, it's the word. It's beautiful because normally when you capture someone, you
Yeah.
want to capture detail, capture what they look like, capture that laughing moment, that sad
Sure.
moment. So that's what it's all about for me. Is my
Yeah.
photography is my gem, and that's the one thing I am most proud of.
Yeah, it's very personal. I do photography as well, some videography, do media coverage. Uh, it's very rewarding, and I love photography as well. But
Yeah.
kudos to you for that, for actually being able to articulate not only everything that you do, but what your main passion is. As I was saying before, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. We're here with Brother Michael Cox from Pipe TV in Brooklyn, New York. For everybody that was joining us, thanks for hanging around. We were having problems with the stream. We thought it was dropped, but it wasn't. Brother Michael, thank you for being patient with me during that time. Now, we
Hmm.
had mentioned earlier about the awards that you have won
Right.
or that have been given. Um, honoring you for your work. Would you like to talk about a few of the most important ones or most prestigious awards that you've won? And please take as much time as you need, announcing them,
Okay.
because I'm sure there are a lot, and the viewers would love to hear some of the accolades and awards that that you've received, even and your team, for the hard
Mhm.
work that you do.
Okay. One of the first awards I won was Event Photographer of the Year. That was in
Okay.
20, yeah, event. And when you talk about events, you talk about all aspects of events. That could be runway. I mean, put away all aspects of that. So I won Event Photographer of the Year. That really blew me away.
And
I
Brooklyn, this is Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, this is in Brooklyn, New York. Yes,
Ah, wow. A
and
lot of
that was
competition.
that was by surprise because that was competition, and
Absolutely.
I was actually nominated. I was the only photographer nominated in 4 different categories.
Wow, man. It's a great testament to your work, man.
Yeah, but even though I went there with a bag figuring I would win all 4 because that's my confidence. But
Absolutely.
one is good because they had one was runway photographer of the year, but event photographer encapsulates all of them together. If it's runway, if it's photography, it's I have won all of those. Now I'm also a 3-time sitter award winner as well,
All right.
and that
Explain to
was for
what that
3 years in a
cedar.
row.
What
It's
is that CITA
success.
award? I've
It's
heard
it's
that acronym.
it is success in the arts. Yeah, success. I hope Miss Bragg don't beat me up, but I believe it's success in the arts, and that is like the Oscars for us. That's like the Emmys.
Okay.
That is our award, and that's held out in Queens every year in September.
Well,
And the
kudos to
person
you.
that runs that is Dara Bragg. She is the CEO, and she runs that organization. And she is a great friend. Matter of fact, she is also part of the magazine as well.
Well, kudos to her and the work that she's
Yes,
doing.
yes. Also, I am the People's Choice Award winner for producer for producing On the Move with Miss Tony.
Oh,
Her
now
show.
that was one of the ones that caught my eye. Um, because I wasn't. I was curious, first of all, about the award, and the name caught me because isn't she one of the people who work with you at Pipe TV?
Yes, matter of fact, she is one of my hosts as well.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Tell us a
And
little bit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now, what's that? One of the things I do, I like to encourage my hosts on my team to venture out on their own, to
Sure.
yeah, to do what their passion is. And with Miss Tony and Jill, they have their own shows. It's On the Move with Miss Tony, and it's Beauty Behold Beauty Transitions with Jill Foster.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
and now there's Marcy Novella as well. She has her own show. So I said I try to encourage everyone to move forward because you never know. You definitely never know. But that's
Yeah.
the kind of person I am, and I've been told, well, what if they leave you? Well, then that's a good thing. At least they're moving forward. But I will always be there to help them, no matter
Yeah, and,
what.
and that's great that you're encouraging people who work for you to pursue their own goals, and dreams, hopes, and aspirations, and and the way you supporting them in any way you can, to see
Yes,
them do. Because actually, when they do good, you do good.
that
That's
is,
part of the tree. That's part of the
right,
the
and that's
tradition
how
that
I
you've started.
feel. Yeah, so I don't mind helping because, as I used to say when I used to work for the bank, I don't have job security. I help anybody.
There you
That's
go.
just the way it is. I help anybody. But
Wow.
one of the awards, I mean, I've won multiple awards for my 2 documentaries. I think it's over 35 awards I've won for. It's called Struggle in America, Unarmed and Black, and The March for Freedom. I've won multiple awards for both of those 2 documentaries, and I'm so proud of them because they represent what is the worst and the best of this country. If I'm armed and black, it's just an obvious statement that we are being shot down by being unarmed. Even if our arms are up, we're still being shot down. So I created a documentary during the Black Lives Matter movement that illustrated the things that we are going through as people. It doesn't matter what color we are,
Mhm.
but just the fact is that we all march together and we all want to see the same thing for all of us. So I
Yeah.
created a documentary about that, and
Yeah.
that one has won multiple awards as well.
Yeah, I want to add something with that. I actually watched that documentary. Powerful introduction when the film starts, when they
Yes,
show the murder of George Floyd.
yes,
That introduction, I took my breath away, man. You
yeah,
know, the images that you showed, and you're actually narrating that documentary as well, right?
that is correct. Yes,
Yeah,
that is correct.
and very powerful, man. Very powerful.
Thank
The
you.
imagery, it was kind of graphic,
Oh
thought
yeah, yeah,
provoking, and
yeah.
and I'm assuming that's exactly what you were trying to purvey, particularly with the ending. And everybody knows any film that you watch, the beginning is really going to be the first 3 to 5 minutes
That's
is whether
right.
or not that person is going to watch that. So kudos to you, man. I did
Thank you.
see the list of awards, and again, I told you I was doing my did my homework, and
Hmm.
I watched the documentary. Great job, man. Amazing job, and it's actually leading me to another question because I wanted to know where do you see your career going in the future? You've done television, you've done photography, media coverage. You've done a lot, and film. I would assume would be in your future. And so then I watched the documentary, so he's already doing films.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's going to be one of the questions I'm going to ask you. You know, what other films do you have in the works or ideas for?
Well, I am in the works of doing a documentary for someone that I've seen when I was a youngster
Sure.
in a magazine called Jet Magazine,
Yeah.
and she was one of the models that was in the magazine.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, these many years later, I met this young lady. She is powerful. She is a triple threat or quad threat, whatever you would like to call her, but she is no joke. Her name
Mhm.
is Allison Williams Foster.
Okay.
I'm going to do a documentary about her life, because she has touched base with every single aspect of entertainment. She's been in film, she's been on Broadway, she's danced with the best of the best of the best. And I looked at some of the film footage, and it just
Sure.
blows me away. She is something else.
Now,
So
what
I'm
was that
going
name again? Because I'm
to.
interested
Her
now.
name
I want
is
to know more about
Allison.
this young lady, what she's
Allison.
done, if she's
Yeah,
impressed. She's
Allison. Right, Allison Williams Foster. Oh, locked up. But Allison Williams Foster is the person. That is my next documentary.
It seems that my feet is going in and out again.
Yeah, that's fine, sir.
Okay.
But wait, I haven't stopped
Oh, we'll come
talking.
back on.
So
Once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast, man. We're having problems with the feed with StreamYard. Thank brother Michael for being patient uh, with us at this time. All right, we're gonna try to get it back. Trying to go a little.
hmm so I'm here as long as you need me. I'm not going anywhere. Hmm. I'm still here, Jeff.
Yeah, I can see we're having problems here. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to keep going, but at the same
yeah, yeah.
time,
Keep going, cause I see it's still live on Facebook. Nothing has changed.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I
So
don't
you were
mind,
talking about the
cause
young lady who you're interested in doing a film in the future.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. Um, and all right, so now we're going to get back to your career in a few minutes.
Okay.
I'm sure you must be an inspiration, role model, hero, mentor um, in this industry in New York City, Brooklyn.
Yes.
What advice would you give young, aspiring um, creatives? That's what I'm going to call them now, because everybody's in social media and everybody does things and stuff in media on a certain scale. Um,
Hmm.
you've been in mass media, what I call radio and television mass media. There's mass media, radio and TV, and then there's social
Right.
media. You've been in mass media. What advice would you give to these young aspiring creatives or who are looking to get into television or becoming more serious about this business?
Well, first thing they need to understand is you got to have the right equipment. That's
Sure.
first and foremost for me.
Okay.
With the wrong equipment, you get the wrong look.
Sure.
And I try to induce myself into having the right equipment, especially when I go outside of my home. So when you see Brother Michael anywhere, he would have the best equipment, and I try to make sure because I do my homework, and I would say to anyone, if you're gonna do this, really do your homework to understand what audio is about, what video is about, what aspects of equipment you need to do that, how to get the right microphones, the right wires, because sometimes you can get the wrong wires to mess up your audio.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it even goes down as far as getting what what SD cards you get. That's an important aspect of it. So it's not just getting the right cameras; it's about the cards, about the lenses. If you need anything to filter out lighting, there's just so many aspects of it. So you need to do your homework, and then once you get your homework, then think about what you want to do. Because the hard part for me is the finish line. Because it takes a
Okay.
while to get there. It takes a while. No matter if you're running a marathon,
Excuse me.
you will finish eventually, but you have to know how to start. And once you learn how to start, then you will finish on top. And that is one of the main things that I did when I started Pipe TV. I had to find a way to start it.
Mhm.
The same way with the first magazine and the second magazine.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. It's all about the start that counts.
Okay.
And even when you go out to an event, let's say that okay, Jeff is honoring me for an award. Do
Thank
I
you.
come out there dressed like I don't lost my mind, or do I come out there dressed to impress the crowd to say, "Hey, I'm proud of what I'm doing." So I want to dress the part to make sure that the confidence will never leave, and people who look at me will say, "Oh, he's a very confident person because he's dressed the part." And that's another important thing that people need to recognize, especially in this business. That's just my professional, as I say, professional opinion. Yes, Tyreek,
Yeah.
I see Miss Dara J. Bragg. Yeah, Tyreek is letting me know what's going on. Okay, and Little Nat and also Sawella, a name so nice you got to say it twice.
Yeah. 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 Shout out to some of you people. Big shout out to Tay Durant. She's going to be on the show
Right,
later um, later this month. Yeah, but I
right,
like what you said about choosing equipment wisely. A lot of people don't recognize the professionalism that goes into um, media as well as film.
right.
You need to step the game up. As much like you, I started off photography. Canon T6 is what I used when I got into the photography. I went
Mm-hmm.
into a Panasonic 4K camera later on, but most of my
Nice.
work was in the studio.
Right.
And COVID comes in, and now everybody has to kind of make do with what they can. Now you
That is so
spend a lot
true.
of time in the studio. In the studio, everything is pretty much set up for you. You know,
No, sir, not really.
What I
Not
mean, as
really.
far as I don't really know about Pipe TV, but I
No, no,
mean,
no.
the studio has the equipment that you need, in order to produce shows. I'm assuming now because I'm coming from the studio
Well,
that I did was built by Comcast and Verizon at the
all
College
right,
of Southern Maryland. I don't know
all
where
right.
you were at producing Pipe TV, so I'm just assuming that.
I'll let you know this here. With Brick, you have to have a minimum of at least 5 to 6 producers to use their equipment in the studio
Sure.
area itself. And the difficulty is finding 6 people because you need 3 for the cameras because you got three
Yeah.
cameras. You got to have one to work the audio, one to work the third camera. You need one to work the switching. So we talk about at least 5, probably about 8 people to run the inside. So what I have done is I bought all of my equipment. I bought the cameras. I bought the soundboard. I bought the 12 channel soundboard. I have all the cables, all the microphones. I
Okay.
am I'm a portable TV studio. So when I come in there, only thing I use is their lights and their facility. That's all I use. I
Okay.
don't use their equipment. So I have all my own equipment. Plus, what it does for me is that I'm using 3 different cameras, so I have the options of looking at each stream and switching when I use the software that I have. So I'm switching, but if you use their equipment, it's only one chip, and once you switch, you're locked in.
Oh
See, that's the
wow.
other thing. Yeah. So I can't see past the switch. So by me having 3 different cameras, I have two 6D Mark twos and one 5D Mark IV as those 3 cameras that I use for that. I have a 12 channel soundboard. I have a four channel wireless system that I use as well.
Okay.
So and I also have at least 8 wireless microphones and I also have wired microphones as backup. So when you go into the
Okay.
studio, for me, I have to have at least 3 layers of backup as far as for audio, because audio
Okay.
is the most important thing. Because when you go through class, they explain to you you can have great video, but if you have terrible audio, you can't win no awards. So I make sure that I have perfect audio. That's why I have a 12 channel soundboard. And I did an
Sure.
upgrade. I bought one that has now reverb on it. So I can put a little bit of reverb in your audio now. So especially if you're a
Sure.
singer, I can make it reverb for you and give you that great sound now.
Okay.
So again, it's all about upgrading and making sure that you get the right tone that you want. And that's what I've
Yeah.
been doing so far.
All right now, you mentioned the video cameras and the audio equipment, and lighting is also very important. What kind of lighting are you use? You know, the LED lighting or some of the other lighting that they
Well,
have
I'm using
when
yeah,
with your
I'm
equipment.
using right. I'm using their light now. Now, what is so cool about it is that I won't say cool, but they have Studio A and Studio B.
Okay.
Studio A, the lighting is more harsh, so I have to adjust the Kelvin because if not, then you would be orange. So I have to adjust the Kelvin
Okay.
all the way
Yeah.
down to 31K. Now in the other studio, which is Studio B, which the lighting
Mhm.
is less harsh, I can up the Kelvin and everything will still be in tone. So you have to understand, like I said, understand your camera. Most photographers put their systems in auto and say that's great. Brother Michael, on the other hand, likes to make his camera work for him. So I go through every single adjustment to make sure that it's working from the audio to the lighting part. I just make sure everything is right for me. So
Okay.
that's why I said when you get the right equipment, understand your camera and how it really works, especially in different lighting situations. So with Brick,
Not yeah.
with having 2 different lighting situations, it allows me to work the cameras even better because now I don't put them in order. I put them in manual mode and I make the right adjustments for them.
Okay. Once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. We're here with Brother Michael Catlow Cox of Pipe TV. You talked about a lot of things and you experienced in a lot of areas in media. um, television and movies. Where did you go? Did you go to school to get into this training, or how did you actually become so proficient or learn so much about photography as well as television production and movie producing?
YouTube University, sir.
Well, wait a minute. YouTube, but YouTube, you mean YouTube's been around a
Yes.
long time. A lot of
Yes, it
instruction
has.
videos on there. YouTube is an internet, and it's a wealth of information as it is. Um, but seriously, YouTube, you researched a lot of things there and learned from that. Man, that's great, man. So you guys are listening, man. I get a lot of stuff from YouTube too. You know, um, but yeah, and Google. I Google things. I'll look at the images. I'll look at the videos. I learned a lot
Mhm.
like that. But I'm sure you know about some of these institutions where people can go to get an education, a formal education on some of these areas that you are so proficient in.
Okay. Well,
Um,
well, for those that live in Brooklyn,
sure.
Brick has multiple classes, and some of them are free.
Okay.
Did I say that word correctly? Some of them are free.
Yeah,
And,
free. I get it.
and of course, it's Brick. It's called Brick Media Arts. That's the
Mhm.
website. You go there and you will see what classes you want to take. Now, Marcy, she also went, and now she's also a producer as well. So at
Yes.
least that's two people. So at least I know that she can handle the equipment now. But again, I
Yeah.
need what, five more people, but that's okay because again, I have my own equipment. But just taking those classes will make you really proficient in what you're doing. But it's not just that, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's what questions do you have about what you're doing? I have
Exactly.
learned over my career is that they said, well, asking the right question, but how do you know what the right question is? Just keep asking questions to Google, and eventually you will find what you're looking for. Because even when we first started, well,
Mhm.
Google first started, we didn't know how to ask questions, but then we started learning how to ask questions.
True.
How do you set up a f stop on a camera, or how do you try to understand what Kelvin is? Because when I first started, I didn't know the difference between RAW and JPEG. Because somebody asked me, "Oh, are you using RAW?" Like, what the hell is that? I didn't know what RAW
Yeah.
was.
Well.
And then all of a sudden, I look like, "Oh, hell, okay." So now I have, since 2000, I think in 10, I have not used JPEG ever. So I've been
Well.
just
It
shooting
is.
RAW, always RAW.
Okay. All right. So when you shooting in the TV studio, what you were in 4K? What do you what
No, I just
what
shoot
pers-
in regular high definition
Oh, you took your high def
1080p. Yeah,
it's
just regular
720, 180.
1080p.
You said.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
1080p. Yeah, 1080p,
1080p.
1920 by 1080.
Okay.
It's simple, and every studio takes that. But now one of the strange things is I asked a question after all
Yeah.
this time, like, what what is the frame rate for TV? It just came out. So what's the frame rate? It's 24 frames per second. But we all
Okay.
shoot at 20, but we all shoot at 29 to 30.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference for TV. And most
Yeah,
most
man.
most photographers don't probably realize that 24 is for TV, or no, excuse me, 23.94. Excuse me. Yeah.
Well, I hate to be off topic, man. We're getting a little technical here. I'm following you again.
Yeah.
I've done some production work as well, but I get it.
Yeah.
Mike, we're gonna have to wrap it up, man.
That's fine.
Our other guests never got in, so
Hmm. But
we'll
but
definitely get a chance to catch up again. For those that were
hmm
watching and we're having problems with the edit, I'm gonna re-edit this and
hmm
try to clean it up a little bit. But in the meantime, it will be on Facebook, will be on YouTube, and you can check my Instagram page as well as my Facebook page for
hmm
clips from the
right.
show. So, Mike, before we go, man, you want to let people know where they can see your work at. I know you have a YouTube page, but tell them about some of the social media sites or websites that you have that they can follow you, or sites that they can look at your work, broadcast on Pipe TV.
All right. Well, you can find all of, well, I won't say all of it, but I have a website. It's called Memory for Life, and it's MEMORIE for life.com. You can
Okay.
go to my YouTube channel, which is called it's Pipe T. It's Pipe TV Live,
Mm-hmm.
and that's on YouTube. Facebook, it's the same thing. My main page is Catlow257. You can search me
Okay.
for that because I'm the only one. And of course, there's Memory for Life Photography. There's that is the photography page. The Pipe TV page is Pipe TV Live, and then there is the magazine, photography, and the TV. Yeah, so those are my main three pages that you can find me on, or just search for Brother Michael.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And yeah, it's just
That's
for
what I
Brother
did.
Michael. 'Cause I'm the only Brother Michael that's out there, and you can find me. I said I'm on
Yeah,
YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on chat, but for
yeah.
me, I'm
Like I
on
said, that's more
really,
that's more social media. We're mass
yeah.
media
So
guys over here.
yeah. So we are. But again, I'm on Manhattan Network, Bronx Network, Queens Network, and Brick Network. So those are the four networks. Plus, before I go, I want
Sure,
to just really pay tribute to the team because without them, Brother Michael would not be here,
absolutely,
honestly.
man. Take your time.
So there's Miss Tony, there's Marcy Novella, and the one person I had said every team needs a hidden, I mean a secret weapon, and it's Tariq Mussolini.
Okay.
I could not pronounce his name before. Karen Fields, Danielle Butler, Chris, Jeanette Boyd, Jeanette Bragg, Little Nat, Kara Reed, Tanja Hayes, and
Okay.
Jill Foster. That is my team. And I
Kudos to
again,
your team.
excuse
You
me.
guys are doing great work, man.
Yeah,
You got to be really
yeah,
proud of them.
yeah. I am proud. Oh yes, and of course there's Suella, a name so nice you have to say it twice.
Okay.
So that is the team that's been with me from day one. And I said I talk to each and every one of them at
Sure.
least once a week,
Hmm.
and or either not that we chat, and then we just really understand each other, and that's why we are an award-winning team,
Yeah.
and I'm
I
proud of that.
we admire your work, man. I was actually in New York over the summer, and Marcia Novella was trying to get me to make it out there. And with my schedule, what I was there for, I didn't have no time. I just
Hmm.
couldn't make it up there, man.
Right.
I would definitely like to come to the studio and come see how you guys work, or spend some time with you, man. There's a lot of other questions that I have technically about the industry, and I don't know if we can get that in New York. I'm down here in Georgia. There's not a lot of opportunities.
I hear you,
Before
sir.
we go, I just want to say it's great having you on, man. Kudos to your team. I love the work. I admire your work ethic and your dedication to your craft. You've been very successful, and I wish you much success in everything you do going
Thank you.
forward. And I just want to give you the opportunity to say a few words before we go, whether it's words of encouragement, inspiration, or just the last word for your viewers and fans who've been patient with us today and for this interview.
Well, I have a couple of things. Matter of fact, one of the things that came out the other day is don't worry about the answer. Just ask the question.
Sure.
That to me is a key aspect of life that we don't want to hear answers. We don't want to hear no. We don't want to hear that. But if you really driving to not just a dream, but a vision that you have,
Sure.
move on it. Because I've had visions of Pipe TV, and 6 years later, Pipe TV is still going strong.
Yeah.
So if we have a vision, work on it. Don't let no one person down you. And even if they do down you, look back at them later on and say, "Yeah, see, I'm still going. Where you at?" Not
Are
to
you
rub
like
it
me?
in
Yeah.
any, not to rub it in anyone's face, because
Yeah.
that's not what we do. But we have to
But
let people know that you cannot put me down, no matter what you try to do. I
yeah.
am stronger than what it takes, and if you want to try to throw me against the grill, fine, throw me. But realize I will bounce back
Yeah.
better than ever. But for
Yeah.
but for others, let them do what they do. Don't discourage anybody. That's
Yeah.
one of the things that don't discourage, encourage people.
Yeah.
Allow them to be who they are. Because then what that makes to you is it makes you an encourager, not a disencourager, if that's a word or whatever you want to call it. But I just look to really push the envelope on people. That's why my team is here. And I stress, without a team, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Without them, there is no you. And even though you can do it by yourself, Jeff, but then what about the person that helps set the camera up for you? How about the person that helps set the lighting? The person that probably hands you
Sure.
the water?
I
Any
get
person? Oh,
it.
oh, well, hey, well, am I dressed right? Does I look okay? So those are things that are
Yeah.
important to me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I got a team that I'm putting together. I got some people that really support me with what I do and
Yes.
appreciate what I have. They believe in the vision
Yeah.
and want to help. And you need to surround yourself with people who are happy for you, who are cheering for you when when things aren't going well.
Yeah. But if I can just say this, Jeff, people will always say that they don't want negative people around them.
Okay. All right, everybody. It's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. You've just heard a fantastic interview with brother Michael Cantwell Cox, full of technical difficulties and problems, but in the true spirit of entertainment, the show must go on. We got
Hmm.
through it. Mike promised me that you'll come back on at another time,
Oh
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'll. Matter of fact, we have an awards ceremony that's happening in April of 2025. I
Sure.
can almost say to you that we will win two of the awards. I'm sure of that. But I want to just leave everybody with this. It has always been said that we don't want to have negative people around us. But who drives us the most? People who are negative. People who always saying you can't do this and you can't
Yeah.
do that. So those negative people for me have pushed me. That's
Sure.
why I'm here today. So
Yeah.
I don't mind having negative people around me. They're
Well,
fine.
they're not.
They drive me.
You gotta believe in yourself. It's always gonna be non-believers, man.
Of course, of
And
course.
God bless them. And non-believers or haters are just a fan that just doesn't realize it yet. So you just
That's
keep
all.
pushing it, and success will speak for itself, man.
That is
I
correct. And that's why I
believe
do what
in
I
and
do.
be definitely in the media industry.
Yes.
Whether like you said, photographer, TV, social media, content creator, whatever it is you're trying to do,
That is
success
true.
begets success. So, the way to answer the critics is to be successful at what you do, man, and
That
never
is
give up.
that is it. Just show them what you got. That's what your mama said. Show them what you got.
Sure, sure, Michael. All right,
That's right.
so
That too.
brother Michael, we're going to wrap it up. Thank
All
you for
right,
coming
sir.
on. Please
And
continue to do what you're doing.
yes, sir.
Bringing more people in, give me a team because you're starting a tree of successful people in this industry, man, and they'll be able to look back and say, "Hey, brother Michael gave me my start. Brother Michael, encouraged me in my career, and if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't be where I am today, man." That's what I like about what you're doing. You're helping brothers and sisters in this industry, something that we need.
Hmm.
People like you, we need television shows and us.
True
And
that. True that.
kudos to you for doing that, man. And I wish you nothing but much success and happy holidays going forward too.
Same to you, and thank you for having me and my team on your show.
All right. Good night. God bless. Mike, we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, now you take care. All right, and have a good holiday. All right.
Bye. Once again, it's DJ Gatsby, the BBE podcast. Man, this was one hell of a show. We had all kind of problems from start to finish with the feed going in and out. The stream was not cooperating with us at all. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, particularly Michael Catlow Cox. Big shout out to Elvin Nelson Hayes. I wasn't able to kind of reach out to her to confirm her coming on. I didn't see any contacts. So, Alva, please contact me. We'll reschedule you and get you back on at another day. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. You know, you can get all of my episodes at www.youtube.com/DJ Gatsby. You can also see video clips and with captions on my Facebook page as well as Instagram. So peace. God bless you. Wish everybody happy holidays. Please look for us to be coming with more shows for December. I have guests that I'm going to announce. I think it's Kennedy DeVoe, James Horton, LaDonna Marie. We have Kimmy and Champ Jenkins. We got Tay Durant. Nope. So quiet. I'm trying to get Nina Capri, Vanessa Green, and also my daughter's going to be coming on with my granddaughter. They have a business that they're doing together, and there's a lot going on. But anyway, it's DJ Gatsby, Black Business Entrepreneur Podcast. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Peace. God bless you, and happy holidays to everyone. See you next time. And remember, put God first in everything that you do.